I see hatred and fear in their eyes. As if I was responsible for the coming plague. As if I were the source of all the misery plaguing this land. I couldn't read that. That went by way too fast. We are all doomed. Doomed. Hello everybody and welcome to Darkwood. This is a tutorial for one of the most atmospheric games I have ever played. So this is the Doctor's house. You control your character by the mouse and by WASD. There you go, and you click shift, and you take. Also, a lot of items are gonna be like this. Special items, which you can just click and they won't go in your inventory. So watch out for those. This is kind of the tutorial section. Make sure you check everything. Potatoes. Now, you're gonna get a tutorial on how all of the mechanics of the games work. Like, look, you can look in one direction and the light will kind of face in that direction. You can still kind of see the background, but you won't be able to see any changes. It's kind of like your memory of what it was. Wherever you are not looking, you cannot see. So sound is a very big part of this game. Take everything, practice clicking on everything quickly. Now for this section, we can open the front door. Aha. Our dog is terribly injured. My dog. I don't think he's going to make it. I should end his suffering. Well, you know. You should. You can probably decide whether or not to, but I will. So, you open your inventory with tab. Place your items there. And weapons have a weight to them. Weapons have a weight. Jump with shift, of course. So, the axe is one of the most powerful weapons in the game. But it has a short reach compared to others, and you load it with right mouse button and strike with left mouse button. Rest in peace, Poochie. Right mouse button, hold, take aim. Left mouse button to attack. And you do have stamina. This does take stamina, so be very careful. You do not want to get boned out in the woods. Snare traps, I must be careful. The woods are full of them. Yep. Watch everywhere you go. Me personally, I haven't run over any traps in the few games that I've played, so it shouldn't be too hard not to step on, but just watch it. Also, the ambience in this game is phenomenal. And it will really spook you. But the goal is not to get yourself spooked. Fear is the mind killer, of course. So, just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Not everything is as it seems. And there are secrets lurking in every corner. There's also a lot of crafting, so you'll get to learn some stuff. These parts of the woods are dark. I should craft a torch. Yep, here's the crafting. And then you can craft a torch right here. Generally, you'd want to use gasoline, but for now, since the game gives it to us, we'd use alcohol. Because alcohol you can use for Molotov cocktails, which are very useful for certain enemies. And certain items can be used while they're in your inventory. And certain items like the torch and weapons, they can only have an effect when selected. As always keep a good watch on your stamina bar. It's always gonna be running out on you, and you never know when enemies are gonna appear. There we are. So tell me down in the comment section when you first discovered Darkwood. Were you a OG player just watching some guy play videos? Or are you a newbie? In a few days it will be completely absorbed. Yep. Interesting. Also, there are a lot of special secrets on the floors if you just care to look. I think this one is still breathing. Take his key. Close. The number 21. He's unconscious. I've never seen him around here before. He's only carrying a key and some journal. Since he managed to sneak in here, he must know how to get out. Of course, he won't help me voluntarily. But that is of no importance. I need to get out of this accursed forest. You hear me, rats? Show me how, and I will let you go. I sometimes hear her voice. She's calling me. Calling me to return home. Where is the exit? Where? Show me where! Well, that's the doctor. I'll kill you like a dog if I have to. What a nice doctor. Well, here we are introduced to the actual protagonist of this story. Did a bit of a bait and switch. That fucker stole my key. Examine this container. Always examine everything. To be wary, some things may be traps. I'm hurt. I could use these rags to craft some bandages and heal myself. Oh, yep. Bandages. Good. Also, bandages do have a time of effect, so they will take effect after a while. See that? Locked. I could open it with a lockpick. Lockpick? And you don't have to put it in your hotbar. Flashlight and put things in your hotbar. Dismantle. This barricade is too strong and you will just break it down. Oh! B. Yep, and items break. They have durability. He's gone. He's gone. Check everything. Woo! You can also push things. See, look, there was a door behind that thing. Oh, generator gone. Got it. Okay. Right. So you're gonna be able to practice fueling a generator. Fuel is an essential component of gameplay. But if you explore around, you really won't need too much of it. I missed. See, like that, I missed. So don't miss. And you don't have to use all of it. There we are. Okay. See? I blocked myself. Things change. Look at the room and how it changes. 4892. Interesting. And he'll just get tips on how to unlock things. There's always a locked thing. Who's there? I don't know. Apply some force, you say? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have to bash this open. And then this guy's gonna attack you, watch. Dodge. Okay, dodge. Hit. Strafe, 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 strafe. Nope, didn't strafe. Kill them. We got hit a bit, but you know. Dead man. And there was absolutely nothing here. I'm sure he's fine. And you get to see the monsters that hide. The undergrowths. I'm pretty sure we're just close the door. Yeah. Yep, they broke in. Dodge. You can of course dodge them all the way. This is good dodging practice. Don't. This is scripted, of course. You will die, but you can dodge them. Oh. Well, that's cheating. That's just cheating. You know. That's just cheating. I cheated. Who could that be? There's our friend. This guy is what we will call the trader. He'll help us. He'll trade with us. Chapter 1. And here we are in the first base, the first hideout. It might look different depending on each person. Now, as you will see, you have night protection. This is your oven, your main thing where you can save, and you can collect mushrooms. Behold, you will be able to cook mushrooms. You'll see. And so there are, I believe, mushrooms. See this bear trap? You can leave that bear trap if you want, or you can pick it up if you are in need of stuff. Take everything. Title reads The Use of Mushrooms in the Household. Excellent. So, I'm gonna be teaching you about this game as if you were just playing through it normally, wanting to experience as much of the game as possible. There are several endings. And this is your second thing, which is central to each hideout, your storage area. You can just go ahead and put away a lot of those things. Hop out of windows, learn how to do that real quickly. Saw. Nothing there. Check everything. That's a secret code. You can look it up, it's on the internet. But I prefer not to. Okay, there's mushrooms there. Outside the generator house. The generator will have a little bit of gas in it. There's a corpse here, don't forget that. With a free torch. And mushrooms do rot over time, so make sure you get home and use them immediately. There's also a note here. And there is another mushroom, if I haven't forgotten. Inside the hall atrium. Right there. Do not step on them though, because they will explode and hurt you. Excellent. Also, we have our map. The underground entrance. We will want to go there first, if my knowledge is to be correct. Now, when you're running, don't use up all of your energy. Run half of your stamina and save the rest. That'll be good for everybody. Pros means there's some sort of body. So, look around. Oh, I don't see what they flew from. Okay, watch that, see? You would have tripped over that and you would have died. See, that's a dog. Hard if you're... hard enemies if you're not... if you're not experienced, but they're not too difficult. They're pretty easy, actually. Okay, there's gonna be a bear trap behind this door, so watch out. And whenever you hear that crackling, it means there's mushrooms around. And don't be like me and forget to turn in the mushrooms. Because that's what I did. Pack of cigs. And I am playing I am playing normal difficulty for the purposes of this playthrough. But you can also do hardcore and harder core. Let's go in. But this just means that in this playthrough, I get a lot of lives. All the lives in the world. You can keep respawning. Here we go, and then turn immediately left. And then around here somewhere. I believe. Here we go. Rubble. Dig. Oh. So this is going to be important when you have a shovel. We don't have one. This tutorial is going all sorts of sideways. But no matter. Remember to put away your torch, otherwise you will dispose of it. And there I go, telling you what not to do, and then doing it myself. Don't run yourself tired. You'll regret it. You can sort of kind of walk away from those dogs as long as they don't start to chase you. And you can still walk away from them even if they do. See that? Great. And we already had a lockpick. Good stuff. Good stuff. it's right outside the house. Okay. When you're in that underground basement, do not go to the right, because it closes down the other side. And now you may put everything away. And now that you have all this stuff, make a board with nails. And make a bandage. Always good to have a bandage. One would be good. Quite a lot of fuel in the saw. And just look around for items. Now, follow this road from the house. And I believe, yes, we will come to the tractor. And the burned houses, which will contain stuff. Now let's practice. Practice with me. Fighting doggies. Not like that. Strafe around him. Yep. Meat. And the meat you can use to schroeder them and distract them. There we go. Some more mushrooms. Okay, I've ended up almost getting moited. By these dogs. Now you'll see here that it's quite small. It's quite a small area compared to these other areas. And it will start to get night at some point, but you'll know that. You'll know that quite early on. It gives you an actual, like, notification, which is crazy. And here's the farm. I've never actually gone to this. Here's a wedding where you can fight an interesting character. And I'll show you how to fight that when we have the proper ingredients. There we go. That's the trail. Here we go. One of the inhabitants of this strange village. Go ahead and kill him. And he just runs away. Goodbye. Nah, I wouldn't recommend that. Don't waste your durability on him. Let him go free. Once you played this game enough, you'll start to know where things are. Get a mental map in your brain. Yours may not be exactly the same because they rotate the entire map every now and then, just to keep you on your toes. But it's the same general layout. The same locations will exist. You see me running willy-nilly through the forest? Don't do it. A wabbit. Here we go. Log piles. You can definitely use those. Of course, you can run willy-nilly through the forest, but watch out. Okay, inventory full up. Let's head back. So this is the burned house. So you can see we accidentally went all the way up. Don't believe there's anything of value here, and even if there were, we're out of storage space. So we'll just run back home. Hello, doggies. I think that's a camp over there where we can get certain supplies. Excuse me. There's a camp over there where we can find supplies. We'll come back to that. There's a hole here in the house, which you'd think would be a problem, and it is. But not that big of a problem, so it's fine. Oh, the very first thing you should do when you get back home is... cook. Mr. White. And the very first thing. Here we go. Abilities. This game has abilities that you can use against the monsters and to survive. You have Eagle Eye, Moth, Navigator, and Mushroom Healing. Depending on your playstyle, you can choose whichever one you want, but for the purposes of this playthrough, and the most useful one of all is the Eagle Eye. And of course, you'll have to choose a bad perk, which is Shadows. Confirm. See? And now, you'll have to have more essence for the next threshold dose. It's kind of like an addiction. But it gives you superpowers, so who the heck really cares? Put these away. And I do believe consolidate your gas. Okay, these pills, the tubular pills, are healing. And the white pills give you more stamina, let you run fast. And I'm going to show you how to use the saw. Just put all of the wood in there. Shift click, shift click. Okay. It's better to use up all of the fuel inside, already put inside, since you don't have to use the ones on the outside. Because the ones on the outside, still in the cans, are free and usable. Immediately fix the well, and this is a 1 time a day full heal. So that's very useful. Use it when you much need it. We'll keep that with us. And I would recommend crafting a second board with nails. And crafting some extra boards. And you fill the saw just like any other. Just like the generator. Make sure you don't miss. And each of these sections on the bottom are uses. You can use 1 and then 2. See? Excellent. And you can kind of see an orange hue coming over the world. That is sometimes an indication of darkness coming. Just close the front door, but any of the other doors you don't have to close. You might have, depending on your playstyle, you might have the urge to just bunker down in one room. And that is something you can do in this first hideout. There's not really many things that'll like harm you. And if you practice a lot, you can pretty much kill everything you can with just this board. But for the other hideouts, mobility is key. So might as well just practice it with this hideout and practice dodging them. Dodging all these characters. Knowing the ins and outs of your entire hideout. Knowing where your traps are and how not to step on them. That'd be great. knowing where the threshold of your hideout is. So you might be tempted to like walk out. See, the house over here is gone. So whenever that is where your hideout threshold is. So you can actually wait quite a bit before turning on your generator if you're really a skinflint about gasoline. But just turn it on whenever. Turn it on whenever the sky gets orange. I mean, you see we already had 3 cans of gasoline and it's only the first day. So it's not going to be too bad. Let's just turn it on right now. I lied. It's going to be quite a while before dark. Okay, there we go. I think that's far enough. In this game, there's a lot of waiting to die. And not forget to drink from the well. There, I think that's 100% nighttime. Almost. Now I'd recommend to stay in the threshold between rooms where there's 2 lights. You could always bring one of the lights over. Like so. And in some situations, you can bring both lights into the one room so that when the event comes that shuts off the power to all but one, you'll be safe. But I'll be teaching you to be mobile. Just stay here for now and wait. So we're always in the sun. Oh, and there's also a light over there. So you'll be safe either way. Remember, if you can't fight, run. That's why you keep your stamina up. And there are a few events that could happen at night. Some are good, some are bad, and some are just neutral. And that's why I also didn't board up any of the windows, because mobility is key. The only thing that would be beneficial for boarding up the windows is that they serve as an early warning system. Or if anyone's breaking them down, you know where they are. But at this point, you saw how many... Hello? Oh, see that? Sometimes poisonous mushrooms appear in the dark. And you can't cook at night, so you'll have to wait until morning. But yeah, keep a listen for those pulsating noises, I guess. Free mushrooms, free level ups. You can also eat them for temporary power-ups. The night is dark and long. Almost as if it's a dark wood. Just a bit of levity to ease the tension. here's our first customer. Aha! Oh. Whoops. Don't be like me and forget your bandage. Keep your bandage handy and your torch too. Make a second torch. I was lazy. And I didn't make a second torch. Light sources like torches. I like torches that you can make yourself. Are going to be very handy in the later stages of the game. Oh, once you hear that music, it's almost morning. And you can kind of walk around the house, check what's going on. Hello? Hello? Even if they're there, they're not going to be too much of a hassle. And they probably won't be able to kill you until somebody opened the front door. Who was it? There we are. Day 2. Easy. Pretty easy. And, as you can see in the top left, time freeze. So it gives you a really ample piece of time. All the time you have. All the time in the world you want. To like shore up your base defenses. And load everything up. And here is our first trader, the Wolfman. And the time freeze only lasts as long as you stay inside the house. So that's good. So don't leave the threshold of the house. This is Wolfman. Even from afar, I can smell your putrid stench meat. Be glad I don't have an appetite for Caucasus meat. The figure hides its face under the hood. It smells of wet soil and fur. I know what you're after. I can help you reclaim what you've lost. If you help me attend to a certain matter. What do you say, comrade? As he leans towards me, I can hear him giggling under the hood. I knew it would interest you. Before we make a deal, you need to prove that you can do the job. No time for weaklings' meat. You follow? Show me what you're made of. Get through to the silent forest. I think it's so easy. If I were you, I'd prepare myself well before setting out. When you get there, you will find me in this spot. Remember it. Some of you always crawl back to me. And you can show them stuff. Beautiful item, perfect for a church fair. What's that you got there? This road doesn't exist anymore. Overgrown with trees like all the other ones. The wolf throws the photo to the ground. Better forget about the road home, meat. Around here, all the roads lead to nowhere. Gossip. I'd avoid getting into trouble if I were you, meat. Or at least until you get a decent weapon. If I were you, I wouldn't venture too far from here. Unless you got bored of your lousy life, meat. Only a few return from the dense woods, and those who made it back were not able to share their happy stories. He's a very talkative person. I wouldn't recommend wandering around these woods at night if it means certain death for you, meat. Better hide in that hideout of yours before dark. Pray for the morning light. You can, of course, trade with him. He's mostly a weapons guy. There's the other one that we saw at the start who saved us. But he's not here yet. He'll come on day 2. Watch, very valuable. But not necessary. These will come in time. You do need to practice with your board and nails, so no bother. Also, they updated the buttons. These used to be just letters. Cool. If you wish to spend some more quality time basking in the striking yet natural beauty of my features, before you head off to the Silent Forest, you will find me in my camp in the dry meadow. Silent Forest won't be too difficult. We'll just practice our fighting skills. And we'll always be able to come back here after all. But it will be a harder location to live in. But getting there, not too bad. Alright, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm August Rise. Please subscribe and like if you are so inclined. And see you guys in the second episode. Goodbye.